Good morning, members of the LA City Council. My name is Bill Hooey. I'm the president of Fair Housing Coalition, fairhousingcoalition.com. This is Mr. Dan Caraszo. He is 94 years old. He's a World War II veteran, and at his age, he is still a tax-paying, hard-working resident of the city of Los Angeles. Unfortunately, the LA Housing Department is trying to fine him the sum of $290,000 based on a double standard. Mr. Caraszo owns the Studio Lodge Hotel in North Hollywood. It has 100 units, and 71 of the units are occupied by long-term residents. When these long-term residents first moved in, Mr. Caraszo did not charge them the 14% occupancy tax for the first 30 days that hotels charge short-term visitors, because he was told by the LA Housing Department that long-term residents who live in a hotel are not to be charged the occupancy tax. Now, 4 years later, the LAHD wants that 14% occupancy tax for each unit with fines and interest. So Mr. Caraszo, after following the advice that he was given 4 years ago by the LAHD, now finds himself in a situation where the LAHD wants $290,000 in fees that he was told he was not allowed to collect. The LAHD is trying to have it both ways, and the ordinance itself is vague. Mr. Caraszo, at his age of 94, is employing people and providing low-cost housing for people who would otherwise be homeless. And he's still being very highly productive. Can you imagine how much better off the finances of the city of LA would be if we had more people like Mr. Caraszo, who is enriching the tax base, and less able-bodied people staying home, collecting welfare, and living off the system? This is why so many jobs and housing providers are leaving LA. We have laws and government agencies that are very unfriendly towards business people. Can you imagine how bad this is for the image of City LA, what you're doing to this 94-year-old gentleman? Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Labange?
Yeah, could you tell us what district the gentleman is in?
I believe it's in Mr. Krikorian's district.
Well, Mr. Krikorian's a fine councilman, and he'll help.
Okay.
Why don't you come over to the ropes?
Okay.
Thank you.
Should he speak? Come on over here. Okay.
Would Mr. Caraszo like to speak as well, or did...
You know what?
Yep.
I was going to ask. Councilman,
got it.
want to speak or not speak? Come over here. All right, he says he wants to...
We'll get a microphone. Hold on one second.
Okay, yes, sir. I thank you for the extra effort.
Yeah, no problem. Don't worry. We'll get him a microphone. Just sit tight, and then after that will be Dr. Clyde Williams.
Yeah,
so hold on one second, Mr. Caraszo.
Yes, sir.
We've got one there. Is it live? Testing. Hold on, we got another one. There you go, Mr. Caraszo.
Testing, 1, 2. Yeah.
There you go. Good morning, sir.
I thank you for the opportunity to be here this morning. I believe that I'm a victim of unconscionable conduct on the part of the Housing Authority. I live in the district of the Honorable Paul Krikorian. The reason why I'm here, because I feel as though I've been treated unjustly, where I was told not to collect occupancy tax per person staying over 30 days. And I followed what I was told when I took over the hotel. Then later on, sometime later, I get audited, and they came up with a $417,000 assessment. That was reduced because we advanced $85,000, which we shouldn't have. Moreover, I would like to tell the honorable members of the City Council that my hotel is not a hotel because over 70% are long-term residents. They were construed as transients because we didn't have a little bit of a writing when they registered to notify the long-term resident that they would be treated as transients unless there was something in writing. My tenants were well aware of the fact that we didn't charge them 14%. Not only that, but the reason for the ordinance, the transient occupancy tax ordinance, is the fact that tourists come here and supposedly benefit the hotels. I do not have that kind of a hotel. We have no tourists. Everybody that comes to our hotel live in the San Fernando Valley. We're a little community hotel, and we offer extremely reasonable rental rates. Most of our people are on a limited income. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Next